best African services. You can call us the best African services. We give you top-notch services by collecting your shipment from your door anywhere in the Netherlands. With our experience, expertise, and track record in the field, we are a game changer. When you think of safety and reliability, think of the best African services. To ensure your comfort during shipment, we pick up all packages directly at your doorstep. We have huge depots in Accra, Achimota, Kumasi, Odenahun Kwadaso, close to Santase. And you can locate us at Den Haag, Jan van Heide Straat number 37, postcode 2522EL. Call us on 077-370-474. You can also email us at info@bestafrica.nl. We are cheap, we are reliable, and we are experienced. We are Best African Services.
Yes, Mama Susie at it in Yamas. Now, Mesha say, Mequano, dear Meme Penno, Sniper, do what the Dadacrana, I don't mind. Crossing the mania gauge, and I say what to so. Children, I make one, I make way. Macona say, why, you know, or send me Tim the Madia. Mama Susie, here I am. Listen, I'm like this level. I made to suit the office. Come be doing my sister here, medicine. Because just it's a Montero. And I don't in the past. Where do we now, also, what's here to hand and see you? Now, what are you saying? Someone else will be I lazy out for what it is to say. I'm a person who chant. Don't go me, don't go me. Win your way, that's a win your way, and one worry next year. This is the time I said, another to be. Mount Petom drum, you know. Mount Petom drum, you know. 300 the pet when I listen here.
Dance and shake one body now. After all, esiwano, esimano, nechirewo ni ado. Afei so, etrenti ye yenjai cheswa. Shiame, musumi bia, mimi de chatwo. Last Saturday of the month. Venue, Agoli, number 1, Amsterdam, Southeast. Rate 10.
Brother many aje fuck yeah. My juma juada Friday. Me kuma se bema. Me jimeni no complain. And grand so ama ba. Me say baby ya. Frami gonongo abeti wale me na me bano. Sika so gumano. Umi a me weba. Oje me sport to after me boga. Man on man frame. Mama menjimeni. Uko was so frame. A man who wants you, a man for me. Brody.
Hello, viewers. You are watching Gam Television. And my name is Veronica van der Kamp. Today, we are going to talk about the possibilities that are there for MANTELZORGers. As you know, MANTELZORGers are caregivers who take care of loved ones for a long time. There are a lot of possibilities, but it has come to our notice that especially the African community, we don't make much use of these possibilities. That's why I have my guests here today from MACANT to tell us what they have for us, what they do, and what kind of possibilities they can give to the MANTELZORGers. Stay tuned. Carrie, you're welcome to Gam Television.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for making time to sit down with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, if you can tell us a bit about yourself and what MACANT is.
Yeah, I'm Karin van Bodegraven. I'm one of the 30 workers at MACANT. And MACANT is the Centrum of Mantelzorg in Amsterdam. And everything we do at MACANT, we do to help the mantelzorgers. One of the things we do, we provide volunteers to help mantelzorgers, or we give education to volunteers about different types of sickness, and we give a lot of information to the professional caretakers in Amsterdam about mantelzorg. So we do a lot of things around and about mantelzorg in Amsterdam.
Okay, you talk about volunteers. How does that work with the MANTELZORGers?
Yeah, what we do, we provide a volunteer to take care of the beloved ones mantelzorgers are taking care of, so that mantelzorgers have a bit of time for themselves. So for example, when somebody is taking care of her daughter who is sick, and the mother always, or the father, or both parents have to stay at home to take care of the child, then we can see if we can provide a volunteer, so the parents can take care of the other children, or they can do something for themselves they like to do.
So the volunteer will come to the house,
yeah,
and then take care of the person who is sick.
Yeah.
And do you have to pay these volunteers, or how does that work?
No, they don't have to pay the volunteer. When you see this and you think, oh, that would be really helpful for me, you can call MACANT and ask for this. And then one of my colleagues is coming by your house to get to know you and to get to know the one who needs the care. And then he is going to find a volunteer who suits in the specific situation.
Is it a long waiting list, or you can just call and have a volunteer?
It depends. Sometimes it only takes a few weeks, and sometimes it takes longer. And it depends on the situation. Some situations are more easily to take care of than other situations. So it's hard to say.
Have a limit of the help you give, like how many hours can a family get from a volunteer?
Mostly it's once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah, and then one morning or one noon, or 3 till 4 hours.
You can have different volunteers, so you're entitled to one family, one volunteer.
In some circumstances, people have 2 volunteers in heavy situations, but normally we only provide one volunteer in one situation, so that everybody who asked for a volunteer can use it, can use the help. Okay. So we try to divide it.
And how many was the maximum hours that a family can get?
4.
4 hours?
Yeah.
4. Yeah. Okay. That's
So
great.
what we do a lot is parents who take care of a child who is not well. And then on Wednesday afternoon, there is a volunteer coming. And he or she can take care of the child, and then the parents can take care of the other child, or can do the shoppings for the coming week, or can have a rest, or well. And the volunteers we are working with, a lot of them are on the high schools in Amsterdam.
Okay.
The physiotherapy, psychology, and they are doing this to get to know their future working area.
Okay. That's good to know. So viewers, if it's too much for you, Markant is there. You call them, you put your telephone number also on, and then you can arrange and you can have a volunteer home to assist you. What else can you do for the MANTELZORG apart from sending in a volunteer? What other help?
Well, the volunteers we do in different situations, so with sick children, but also with people with dementia or some other chronic disease. And besides that, we give courses, especially in the area of southeast of Amsterdam. And the courses are meant to help mantelzorgers to take better care of themselves.
You give the courses to the MANTELZORG themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're specially meant for the mantelzorgers, and we help them in the courses to take better care of themselves, how they can do that, how to ask for help, how they can have more information about their own situation, etc.
Oh, so a kind of a training for the MANTELZORG themselves to empower them also in the situation that they are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
really great.
And during the training they will have a lot of information about the aspects you are naming. But it's also our experience that it's very good for people to meet other people in a similar situation.
You can share and you know you are not alone.
Not alone, and maybe you know things you already found out in your situation, another one can use again. So it's on both those aspects, it's very helpful.
Okay. So apart from the volunteers and the courses that you give to the MANTELZORG, do you have other things also?
Yeah, we give, besides the training, we give a lot of education about certain times of illness.
I mentioned dementia also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sometime maybe you have somebody and there are some signs that you may not recognize. So you give this information so that you already know when you are seeing this with your partner or your child, that you know, oh,
go to the doctor, or find out what's the matter.
Yeah.
Or if there is already a diagnosis, for example, with dementia.
Yeah.
We also give information about how you can handle the situation, how you can act, or what's better not to do, or well.
Yeah. Because if you have a mother who is not recognizing you anymore, and you feel maybe she doesn't like you anymore, but you give this education, them to know it's not like that. It's a sickness, and this is what you have to do, and this is how you have to handle it.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
Yeah, with a lot of explanation, etc. And well, besides those things, we have a newsletter.
Okay.
We send it 4 times a year, more or less, to people in whole Amsterdam, with information concerning mantelzorg, about what arrangements or what kind of things they can use in Amsterdam.
The news brief,
Yeah.
how does it reach the MANTELZORGers? You put it in every briefing box, or how does it work?
Everybody who is known by us,
okay,
we send it by email to people.
So now those who don't know you, so
they can go to our website,
okay,
www.markant.org, and they can subscribe for the newsletter.
Oh, okay. So MANTELZORG, you can just go on the site and then. Oh, okay. That's really good. Yeah. And with your telephone number?
The number in Amsterdam, 020 and then 886-8800.
So they can call this number and arrange for the volunteers and arrange if they want to have the news brief. How often does it come?
4 times a year.
4 times a year.
Yeah.
And you have all the information also on it.
Yeah.
That's great.
And when people see this and think, oh, but I really like to have this information in a specific group I'm running in the southeast of Amsterdam, they also can call us and ask what the possibilities are to have information on a certain place or on a certain moment.
Great, Karen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of information. I think they will be very useful for my viewers. What else do you want to add, or what do you think Markant can offer that we haven't talked about?
Well, I think it's really important for people who are taking care of a beloved one that they ask for help when they have the feeling they need it. And in a lot of cultures, it's not used to ask for help, and it's not easy for people to ask for help. But it can be very, very heavy and very difficult when you take care of somebody else for a long time or very intensive. So I really want to ask people, please ask for help. And you cannot only ask for help by Markant, but you also can go to the stadsdeelkantoor, or you can go to the Madiso in the southeast.
Great.
And there are lots of organizations who offers helps.
Yeah.
So
I think Markant, this is very good what we are doing, and Markant should come out more, because I know the community, we hear Markant, but then we don't really know what they can offer. Sometimes they say we don't ask for help, but we don't know there is the help.
No. And then it's difficult to ask for it.
Difficult to ask if you don't know there is something out there. Yeah. So I think it's better that the professionals, also you come often, especially like now that you're on Gam TV, and then the viewers will know, oh, Markant is there, this and this and this is what they do, and I can go there and get help.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Karen, for coming.
And thank you for asking us.
You're welcome. Well, viewers, I think you've been really informed. Markant is Karen here, and I know she has given us much information. When it's too much for you, you don't have to pay for this. They can send volunteers to your home. Just the telephone number will be on the screen. Just call and they will come to your home and they will see the help that you need and they will assist you. They also give information and training also to us as MANTELZORGers. Please make use of it. And education also, you mentioned that they give. So please, Markant is here. And we need to make use of all the possibilities that they can offer us. Keep watching, because Gam TV always have good things for you. Thanks for making time to watch us. And stay tuned. I'm Veronica van der Kamp, and I've been talking to
Karin van Bodegraven
from Markant. Bye for now. Welcome back, viewers. It's all about MANTELZORG again. And this time, my guests in the studio are really wonderful people. They've been on Gam TV before some time ago, and I'm really missing them. Today, I have the privilege to talk to them again. Mira and Claire, you are welcome to Gam Television.
Well, thank you very much.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks. Yeah.
I can't say it has been a while.
Yeah.
You coming on Gam TV, but it hasn't been a while you helping me.
No, you didn't forget us.
And I don't know. And thank you so much for all that you've been doing for me. I really appreciate it.
No thanks.
Well, the viewers may, you really would like to know who they are and what they do. So please tell us a bit about yourself for the sake of my viewers.
Yes. Well, we are Mira and Klaartje, and we are from Hand in Hand, and we have a small practice. In Amsterdam Southeast for migrant families with a child with a disability or with a chronic disease. And we help parents how to cope with the handicap of their child, how to make their life a little bit easier, how to stimulate their child well. And together we look for solutions.
Look for solutions,
yes,
and I know, and
Yeah.
I'm a witness to that.
Yes.
Hand in hand.
Yeah.
Maybe Clay, you tell us a bit about yourself too, and why hand in hand?
Yeah, a couple of years years ago, we thought we want to help people on our own way, and we wanted to work in Amsterdam Zuidoost, and we have now a practice, and we do different kind of things. We help families at home with the children. We have group meetings, and we give massage. And
You give massage to the MANTELZORG, the way we are so stressed out.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. So we do a different kind of things, and that's what we love about it. That we do different kind of things, but a main activity of our daily work is that we have once a month we have mother meetings for mothers with a handicapped child, and in that meeting they talk about their own experience, and we look how we can help them.
Okay, so you have a group of MANTELZORGers?
Yeah.
So Africans or it's
Africans,
mixed?
yeah.
Well, it's mixed, but a big part are Ghanaians. But there are also people with another background, and the language is English.
Okay.
Well, English, Dutch, but most parents prefer English. But it's mostly Ghanaians, but we also have from Nepal, from Suriname,
Pakistan,
Nigeria. Yeah.
And what do you really do with this group?
Yeah. Now, what we see a lot that they are really lonely, and they are all think I'm the only one in this situation, and they are experience a lot of stress, and they cannot sleep good, and they have usually not a lot of family or people who can help them here. And if we invite them in the group, we see they can talk with other women or men about their situation, and we often see that they give each other their phone number, and they phone each other during the week and help each other. And they become buddies, we call it. And that's so important. We see they become each other's buddy.
And share.
And we also give a lot of information, because often we invite speakers about a certain subject, and it can be a dietitian or a lawyer or a doctor about a certain subject, because we find it also very important to inform the parents and the caregivers, the mantelzorgers. And also we tell about the benefits they can get from the local government.
Because it's, according to our notice, especially the African MANTELZORGers don't make much use of the possibilities.
No.
If you can use this opportunity to let us know some of the possibilities that are there, you know, for our viewers.
There are a lot of possibilities, and it depends of the handicap or the disease of your child.
Okay.
But you can get some extra money for the extra washing you do, for example, or the extra heating you do in your house, or a public transport card when your child is above 12, but it cannot travel on his own. Then you can get a card that you can travel for free with your child.
Okay, so the card is for the child or for you?
It's for you.
It's for you.
Yes.
So when you are with your child, they don't have to pay for the OV.
No.
Okay.
And that can save a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes, and
you have also, if you want to travel outside Amsterdam, you have the valise card.
The valise, I've experienced it also. They were there, help me to get. Now I can travel even hours with my son to go outside Amsterdam, and it was all arranged by hand in hand. Tell us more about this valise.
Yeah, it's really easy to apply for it, because if you have here in Amsterdam a card for your child that he can use or she can use the taxi.
Yeah, to go before you go to the valise, let's talk about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Taking the child from one place to another to the park to visit family. There's arrangement to get a taxi to pick you, a roadside bus or something. Can you go a bit into that before we go into valise?
Yeah.
It's the RCM
card. RMC.
RMC card. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And you can travel much cheaper than with a normal taxi. I don't know what you pay. I think 15 cents or something per kilometer.
Yeah.
You get a certain amount of kilometers, and you can call, make an appointment, and in a range of an hour they come. So you need to have some time.
How do I arrange for this card?
Well, you can find information on the internet. But many parents or many mantelzorgers find that difficult.
Yeah.
So they may come to the meeting and we help them fit it in.
Oh, okay. So they come to hand in hand.
Yeah.
You can help them to apply for this card.
Yeah, we do that
when they
often.
want to visit anywhere in Amsterdam with their kids.
Yeah.
And now to valise, when you want to travel outside Amsterdam. How does that also work?
Yeah, that's quite easy. If you have had the card of Amsterdam for your child, you have to apply also through a form. You have to write a form, and they ask a copy of that card. So, and if you have maybe a parkeerkaart, they want a copy of that. And usually you get right away a valise card. So that goes really easy. And sometimes also for a card in Amsterdam, they ask a letter from your huisarts.
Okay, yeah.
So your huisarts play a big part in it.
Okay, so to get all this thing, you always need a letter from your house doctor to support that you really need these things.
Yeah.
But with that, we also can assist.
And you can
to call the house doctor, for example, and explain. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you can't even explain to your house doctor, you can still call the house doctor yourself to explain to the house of how he can write the letter that can qualify you to get this traveling. And what hand in hand is doing really a lot.
Yeah.
God.
And what is also good to tell maybe, that it's not only for mantelzorgers of children with a handicap, but also for children with a chronic disease. Okay. Because we see, especially for West African people, but also from people from Suriname, the sickle cell disease.
Yeah. Okay.
And it can give many problems, physical problems as well. And we see that the parents need a lot of help as well. Yeah. And also, for example, children who got brain bleeding, we see that sometimes as well.
Okay.
They also can come. So please don't doubt, my children has a disease, maybe I cannot come. They are all welcome.
Okay, so the focus is not only on the handicap, but somebody with the sickle cells, you are also assisting.
Yeah. Or problems with development.
Okay.
We see also a lot of children who develop slower who start later with talking, for example, and start later with their whole development, or have autism. And yeah, please come. That's also because we can help each other with
where do you meet? Where is the group?
Usually we meet every month in Buurthuis Holendrecht, but usually people first call us or we call them to invite them, and we on the website we write the date of the meeting,
the next meeting.
And we have also what we usually do is we have a big group app, and if there's something new, we put it on the group app.
Yeah.
And what we are also doing is looking for somebody who's new, for a buddy, because some people are in the same situation, and then we look, hey, can you help the other person? Because some people have young children, and some people have some older children, and more experience in some things, and then we put them together, and that's magic what you see happen.
And for me, I have 22 years experience with my son. So if I'm in the group and somebody's new is just diagnosed, and then I can also use my experience, because I remember when my child was getting 18, that I didn't even know you have to go to the court and do things. So some things were so late. So now if I'm in the group and somebody's child is 17, I say, hey, I was late in doing this, so you have to start doing. So it's really good to come. And I know you also sometimes go out on trips with the parents. Tell me about that.
Yes.
We do sometimes, usually once a year. We do sometimes alone with all the mothers, or with the children and mothers. And with the mothers and children, we usually go to the Filmhuis Cavia, and then we have the room for ourselves, and then we watch together a movie, and that's really a big, nice event for everybody.
No, at the cinema hall, they give you a room.
We go to
only for the group to watch.
We go to a very small movie center, Filmhuis Cavia, and it's really small. But we talked with them, and they helped us to show a movie, especially for children with autism, for example. Because with the heavy noise and the lights, and we decided to adapt it for them, so they can come as well. And also the children who cannot sit on the same place for a long time. It's wonderful that we have.
Oh, that is so great! That is great, because
every year
you don't mix with everybody. Where somebody will be like, "Oh, your child." But okay, this room is all for us. You want to jump, you jump. You want to watch, to have fun. You also go to the movie and do their own thing. That's how did you come up with all these ideas?
No, the mothers help us to create ideas. Sometimes they say, oh, we want to have more information about this subject or this. And they said to us, oh, we really like to do something together. And then we had connections, and then Filmhuis Cavia say, you can come here every year because we want to help you with this beautiful idea. And for some people it's the first time they go to a film house with their child, so the children are really excited, and
it's really nice to get together, and but also to see each other children, because normally you come together as Mantelzorg, but you don't know each other as children, and there you can see
that's
also
so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I really love this, because the last time I visited the group also, you invited somebody to talk about sleeping problems. And I remember the moment they mentioned it, this one said, I'm in the same situation, this mother said, so we have a lot in common.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of single moms.
Yeah.
And then you can become very lonely when your child has a severe handicap. So then it's also very important to have a buddy and to have people to talk to.
To support you and be there for you.
To have breakfast together at IKEA. Sometimes people do that.
Oh.
Or in the neighborhood center,
You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. Hand in hand.
Yeah.
Viewers, is hand in hand. So every Thursday at Holindred. What time?
No, every
month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
Once a month. And sometimes the day is not the same, but we put it on the website and in our groups app.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and on the website, hand in hand begeleiding, our telephone numbers you can find there, and you can call us for information. And
maybe we can show at the end of the program our phone numbers, that they send a message to us, and that we tell the people when the next meeting.
How they can reach you.
Yeah. Because 17th of December we have the next meeting. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And what are you going to talk about this? Is it a Christmas celebration?
Yeah, Christmas, and we will also give information, because it was funny you say, because some mothers want information if your child's becoming 18 years. Yeah. What kind of possibilities there are if you if you need a guardian, because some children cannot write to take decisions. So we will talk about that.
Yeah, about kind of financial mentorship, for example, and also mentorship to take decisions. Because when a child becomes 18 but has a severe handicap, maybe it cannot take the decisions for him or herself. And sometimes the parent likes to do it, sometimes not. So a lot of decisions you can take. And one subject also important. We see that a lot of parents are very stressed, especially with big children, and that they don't know about the possibility that there are places where your child can sleep over and where they can take care of your child. For example, for 1 day a week or for a weekend, and that you can rest a little and have a little bit time for yourself. And that's so important.
At the Logier House.
The Logier House.
It's a big subject. Every month we talk about that, because some parents find it really difficult to give the child to somebody else. But you see at some age it can be too heavy, and you have to think in advance, because there are everywhere big waiting lists. So if you want your child to in the weekend at some place, you have to wait for months or maybe a year. So it's good to know all the opportunities about that, and we see if mothers have like found a Logier house, and they have some me time for themselves, they have more energy.
I think it's very important because you love your child so much and you want to be there him all the time. But if you don't take good care of yourself and you don't take some break for yourself, it will get to a time that you can't take care of him at all.
True. Yes.
And that is really a pity.
True.
You know, so take good care of yourself so that you can be there for your loved one or for your child as long as you can. Has been so wonderful having you again. What's your last word for the viewers? Any message or any advice you want to give?
Problems are smaller when you share them. So it's good to come to the group.
Wow. Clear.
And with the group you are more stronger than you think, and you can achieve more than you think. That's my...
You can achieve more than you think. Viewers, it has been so wonderful. I've been talking to Claire and Mira from Hand in Hand. Personally, I can testify the help that they've given me talking about my handicapped child. And I know it's a good place to be. Come to the group meeting and I promise you, you will not regret it. You meet other parents, you have more information, and they come to help you directly, hand in hand. They say it's practical and they get things done. Please be there.
in this place. Yeah. Lord, you are awesome in this place. You are awesome in this place. Faithful God.
Hello viewers, you are watching Gam Television and we are on the show Very One on One. Some weeks ago we brought you a program on young people with disabilities and the possibilities that are there. This is a follow-up program that we are going to bring to you. Stay tuned because you wouldn't want to miss any of these informations. I will welcome the panel of the program today. Ladies, you are welcome. Well, Mira and Claire, I think you introduced yourself the first time you were here, but for the sake of those who will be watching us for the first time, you can still tell us a bit about yourself and the project that you are doing.
And we are doing a project for today to give information about mental disability and what kind of possibilities there are for them for future planning about work and living on your own, administration. We will give some information about it.
Yeah, and I'm Claire and I'm a social worker, and I have worked long at primary schools as a social worker, and now I'm working with families. And I do with Mira this project.
Well, thank you very much, Mira and Claire. Well, viewers, as we promised you in the last program, that we are going to invite a mother who is also going to share her experience with us. We are fortunate to have our own sister. I think most of you know her already, but I will let her introduce herself to you. Masha, you are welcome to Gam Television.
Thank you. I'm glad you called me on this to come and tell my view about my daughter. Viewers, my name is Doris Marshall and I'm on this program with Veronica because what they are doing now is for me. It is about me, I should say, because it's me all over again. My story is very difficult to tell, but it's a story that needs to be told. And I'm glad that you've given this platform to share my thoughts.
Yeah, I want to say a very big thank you, and I really admire you in our community because you know, a lot of us, it's a lot of parents with special kids, but everybody is just, if you invite somebody to even come on the show to talk about things like this, it's very difficult. Yeah. So I salute you. Thanks. And I appreciate you that you've come to share this information with us, and I know this will also help other mothers and also encourage others out there. Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah, it was a long journey. Before you can come out and say something, you've been through a lot. So I will not discourage any mother out there who needs to go through their own, it's a process. You deny things, and then you come to a moment where you say, okay, this is it. I have to move on. So it's a process. So if a parent is at home and can't, or is not ready to talk about it, it's also fine. That is part of the healing. It's a stage that a mother has to go through, or people have to go through, people with handicaps have to go through, so that they, in the end, will come out okay. But that's how it should be, I think, in my own, because that's my experience. I denied it. I said, this is not happening. Why me in the first place? Mm-hmm. Why me? Why should this happen to me? Things like this don't happen to people like me. Yeah. And then the next step is, okay, deny it. This is just a dream. I'll wake up and it's not happening. It's not happening. and then you come to the next stage of anger. I get angry without any reason because this shouldn't happen to me, so it has happened, and then I get angry. So the emotions, they are everywhere. So I think if a mother is at home at this moment and listening to us, and you are in that state, it's also okay.
It's a process.
It's a process you have to go through, and in the end, you'll be okay.
Thank you.
That's why we even have these two ladies to take you through when you need them. And it's not a push thing, it's something that you will realize yourself, because there is this help and people are there to hold your hand when you're ready.
Yeah.
So I think that's something you should know.
Well, that is it. There is help out there, but we don't know. And especially at this moment, most of the, the children I know are getting to the 18 years.
Yeah,
and I've been there also myself because I didn't have any idea what to do. Mira, I would really want us to talk more about the preparation towards the 18 years, because I know there's a lot of things to do, because I've been there. I mean, you have to go to the court, you have to arrange some things which I didn't even know. You know, so this is an opportunity for us. If you can tell us before your child gets to 18, do you need something to do before, or you have to wait until he or she is 18 before you start with the preparations?
Okay, well, when your child becomes 18, is thinking about is your child able to earn a minimum income? Because some children, when they have a chronic illness or a handicap, they are not able to work. And then you can apply for a Valium welfare. But it takes a long time to apply for it. They have
6
to
months.
they have to do a lot of research to see what the handicap is, and they talk with the house doctor, for example, and with the therapist. And,
so
it
if I
takes 6
understand
months.
you very well, when your child is 17, 17 and a half,
Yes.
you have to start.
directly.
And how do you start?
You can go to the UWV.
You yourself?
Or it's better to ask help with it. And you can go to May.
Okay.
And they have consulting hours at Stadsdeelkantoor every Tuesday morning from 9 to 1.
9 to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also Barbara Williams, and she speaks Twi as well. And she can help you with the application.
Okay.
Because if you are if your child is 17 and a half, you have to make a kind of a checklist, because you have to think about health insurance, DigiD code, that's for all the papers and things, and you have to think about where my child will be living. So maybe a registration at Woningnet or Kamernet, if your child can be living alone. And maybe when your child can maybe study, you have to apply for a student grant. So that are things to think about and arrange that kind of things.
And I know when the child is 18, you can't be a parent anymore. And you have to go to the court to do some arrangements. Do you have to do all those things also before the 18 years?
Well, and not every parent with a disabled child has to go to court. It's, I think it was for bewindvoering.
Yeah.
Okay. Where your child will not be able to do his own administration or his own payments, you can apply for bewindvoering. And then someone is taking over the responsibility, is doing all the payments, and is doing the administration, and give your child like pocket money. So it takes off the responsibility and only give a small amount of money for your daily living. And for that you have to go to court, yes. Yeah. But you can also ask May, someone to help you.
With that.
Yeah. And you also have mentorship.
Yeah. What's the difference between the event folder and the mentor stuff?
Yeah, but mentorship is when you can't take your own choices.
To make the decisions for them.
To make decisions for them, yes.
Okay.
For example, to which, where you are going to live, or what kind of help you need. They will help you with decisions.
Okay. So before
they take the decisions, yeah.
Or they can take.
Yeah. So mentorship is more heavy.
More heavy.
Yeah.
But you can be both.
Yeah, but you as a parent can also take the decisions for your child. But when you're not able to take those, then you can apply for mentorship.
Okay. Let's step back with mentorship, and the other one is bewitchful. Bewitchful that mother, you still have a control, but then you have somebody who is helping the child to manage the administration of hers.
Yes, but he's taking over the responsibility. So you're not doing your own payments at all, or your own administration. Someone is doing that for you. And if your child only needs a little bit of help with it, then you can go to MADI, for example.
Okay, because, my son is 18 years, you know. It was strange when they told me I have to go to court, and if you see the way the judges were, like, they want to make sure I'll be able to be in the position. Me taking care of my child for 18 years.
Yeah.
And the event folder, so they asked me what it means, what I think I have to do, and then the mentor's cap and those things. So you don't need an outsider to do these things for you. As a parent, you can be the event folder for your child and also the mentor's cap.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Can a parent just do that for? If the child wants.
If the child wants.
Yes.
Detail. Because the child is 18, he's allowed to choose.
Yeah, because some of the handicapped children, they know everything and they want to do everything. So you can't just make a decision for them. They have to be involved with this decision making. And some of them want to be involved with the decision making. Okay, so if the child is capable of doing that, they don't need this court thing. No. You still need. She still needs help. Like my daughter, for instance, she needs help, but doesn't mean she needs help that she will shut up and you, or she will keep her mouth shut and you do everything for her. No, not that help she wants. She wants you to help her while she's helping herself, but she wants you to, like, what she can't do, she wants you to be there to do. But everything has to come from her. Okay.
So if your daughter likes help from you, then you can give the help, and you don't need to live for
it from you. Then okay. So then this God thing. Then you still have to be the event folder.
No.
And then you can still help your child with the decisions.
You can just help your child. And
you only have to give help. I'm understanding it because I'm seeing it from the point of view of Sid. She wants to take control of her own life, any Rigi in hand. That means she wants to make her own decisions. She tells me, no, I can up the computer, can I call it too? That means she can do it on the computer. So even the computer, I have to set it on for her. I have to plug it in and everything. But after you do that for her, it's enough. So just imagine a child like that and you want to take over. That would be difficult. Then she has to say, okay, you can help me on this part and the other part, let me do it on my own. And that's where and she's a teenage, so it works. And it becomes difficult.
But
how old is she now? 17 and a half.
Oh, so you have to start getting busy.
So we will help you. Because it's a lot.
So I have to start. We have to start. I and Sydney have to start this. I never have to say we. I have to start without we. But she'll be probably watching this and she wouldn't like it if I say I have to. No. It's together. Okay. Well, adofo amosho yente summary. Say to ya busu ya ene ya ye wo imma me fan say omo disabilities ene nyame adom yenya baba wa me enu yo omo cheche ye nieme bie no so ti ansa na akola ne benya 18 years no Niema bebre wo ho a ese woye. It is say one singer for social now arrange on put the normal fast and collect bebre enim so woye. It is say ubisa msi bibi de why you na kwa akoye bibi to say social ye because we are onye enye possible ema akola ne so obeye adwuma nti ese ono so onya sika ese mentare tomo ne manema anka 18 ese nkoye adwuma ese ono atumi totono oyare nti ontumi nti aban ewo bibi ese ono automatically no okose na ye friend social yemu nti ono no asa no benya 18 no ese wo yesa arrangement nyina emano ina akola so a ebi ono ntumi make a decision bia no ono na ese wo court because onya 18 na wonya awofu bio tese wo court omo friend no be event folder na court fo no bi sound sem no mo hwe say from 18 wa betumi ahwe ana ese ye penipa foforo e won che na obehwe wo ba no intimesre wa wofu a ye wo nkola with this special needs no kola benya 18 na nema bebre wo ho a ese woye bebre wo ho a ye nim ye confusing into also cost Scarsdale every Tuesday and
in the morning.
Tuesday in the morning
till 1 o'clock.
9 to 1 and only once in a week.
Yes, once in a week.
Okay, every Tuesday Benade Bia from 9 o'clock to 1. Oko Scarsdale inside one. They be locate who be our reception one. On bet you be wo ya ye miaga na ni so kwa ye adwuma Barbara Williams on bet me a church on near me be any so wo contact and so wo mayor wo so social worker no se me be when you 17 and half into the NS ye the wo be an so be church timpa mo chomo menya ye hia asem men twa ma 18 ndu na ne ma bebre embobo wo so.
I made to suit the office. Come to do my sister here, very good.
The car by idea because not the money just so. It's a Montero. And I do in the past. Where do we now? Yes, now also what's here to hand and studio. Now why are they saying?
Someone else will give
I'm lazy. What is it to say? I'm for your party. I'm a person who transfer. Don't go me, don't go me. Win your way, that's a win your way, and one be worried next year. This is the time I said, over another to be. Ma'am, put on doing you know. Ma'am, put on doing you know. 300 the pet when I listen here. Bibi bo, bro.